Reactions work by connecting events and actions together between Ableton Live and the connected MIDI controller. An event is when something happens, and an action is a function to perform. Let's say you want to do something simple, such as when you press a pad on the MIDI controller to start playback in Ableton. To do this, you would add a reaction in your script, where the event is pad 1 being pressed on your MIDI controller, and the action is to start playback in Ableton Live. This is an action and event connection from the MIDI controller to Ableton Live. The Ableton action is performed in reaction to the MIDI controller event happening. What if you then wanted the LED on your pad to light up when the playback status changes in Ableton? To do this, you would add a second reaction. This time you would select the Ableton event playback status has changed, and the action is to light up a pad's LED on the MIDI controller. This would be an Ableton to MIDI controller reaction. With these two reactions in place, you would have bidirectional functionality, meaning functionality which works in both ways, from the MIDI controller to Ableton, and from Ableton to the MIDI controller. But you could go further than that. Instead of simply running an action after an event happens, you can set the action to run only if a certain condition is met. Let's say you now want the action light up pad 1 LED to only happen when playback is started in Ableton. You can add a condition which first checks that Ableton's playback is playing and only runs the action if playback is started. To visually show that playback is started on your MIDI controller, you could also set the pad's LED to display as green. To complement this, you could then add a third reaction which displays the LED red if playback stops in Ableton. To do this, you would again use the playback status changed as the Ableton event, and use the same action to light up the LED on pad 1. But this time you would set the LED colour to red. And for this action to run, playback must be stopped.